habit of reading books. Since I've been doing a lot of book reviews on my channel, I have been getting a lot of questions. Why read books? How to build the habit of reading books? What to read? How do you find the time to read? And those questions really made me think. How did I start reading? I think a lot of my actions, likes, and choices are influenced by my father, and I think it's true for many kids. My father read a lot, to me and by himself. As they say, you cannot tell a child to go and exercise because they're simply watching you. I think one reason why people read books is because they want to escape reality. Books affect me, but not as much as the misery and the pain in the world does. At the end of the day, I know that these characters are fictional. I also kept reading because that is what I saw people around me do, and reading is contagious. Reading works as meditation for me, sitting quietly in a room, focusing on the story, imagining different lives and worlds, and one gets to meet all these amazing characters that one wouldn't have otherwise had the access to. I never go through boredom because I read. Reading a book at night also helps me sleep, and it also helps me to get information. We all read blogs, articles, magazines, newspapers, and work related things during the day, and that is all helpful. So, why read books? Because research shows that reading books in particular helps you to build empathy. You have lived so many lives and met so many situations, characters, problems through the stories which you read that you will always be able to relate to people's problems without having to go through it. I feel we all are born in a bubble of our own thoughts, ideas, notions, and then some die in that very same bubble, never evolve. Reading is one of the things that helps us get out of that bubble. It puts us out there on the ocean with waves and takes us places and makes us see the lives of others. Books impart knowledge, and that is one very important and strong aspect of reading. Innumerable brilliant men and women have left the fingerprints of their minds for us so that we can absorb that information and build on it. Reading builds an understanding towards various aspects: social issues, politics, philosophy, science, religion, racism, equality. And why is this important? Because then we will have a society which is more tolerant, understanding, empathetic, with a balanced outlook. If you have read To Kill a Mockingbird, then you will never question the existence of racism. What we read matters a lot because reading can influence a person's perspective. For example, I have read books, without naming any, with princesses waiting for Prince Charming or girls waiting for a rich, handsome guy and in turn getting rich. But I also have met a strong girl like Dagny Taggart in Atlas Shrugged, who changed my perspective about women's strength and what I wanted to be. Dagny has always been one of my idols. And yes, it definitely matters that one reads variety. For example, since my father read a lot of mythology and scriptures to me, like Gita, Dasbodh, Jnaneshwari, which have great philosophy by the way, and I could have said, okay, this is it. This is the answer to all my questions. But no, it is important to read other perspectives. If you have read Gita, then also read about Buddhism, also read Dawkins, J. Krishnamurti, and whatnot. If you read astrology, then also read astronomy. How to develop the habit of reading books? If you're looking to develop a reading habit, then set a time for it. Have a daily goal that you will read for 15 minutes or 5 pages every day. Read before you go to bed. People think that I sleep very early. I don't. I go to bed early but read to calm down. And that is when I get most of my reading done. It helps me sleep too. Pick a short and easy read. Finishing a book quickly will motivate you to pick up another one. The books I read the fastest are murder mysteries because the suspense kills me. So read fun and compelling books to begin with. Choose a medium that works for you. Some people prefer ebooks while others prefer a physical book or an audiobook. Carry the reading material with you in your bag and read whenever you get a chance. When you're traveling or waiting for an appointment, read books in the language you feel comfortable with. Make a list of books that you want to read, cross the ones that you have already read. I take a Goodreads challenge every year, so that helps me to keep track of my reading log. Join a book club. Just have some continuity with your reading habit, and then your interest will build up like compound interest. And here are my recommendations of which books to start with in different genres. Mystery, The Devotion of Suspect X. Sci-fi, Dark Matter. Classics, To Kill a Mockingbird. Fantasy, Harry Potter. Science, Pale Blue Dot. Historical fiction, The Help. Literary fiction, The Dutch House. Romance, Pride and Prejudice. Short stories, Unaccustomed Earth. Suspense and thriller, Gone Girl. Women's fiction, Neapolitan novels. Biographies, Steve Jobs by Walter Isaac. Self-help, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. True crime, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Crime fiction, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Chick lit, 20s Girl by Sophie Kinsella. I hope that this post was helpful and it gave you a nudge to read books. So stop watching YouTube now and start reading.